the two-day convention that brings martial artists from every style imaginable to join in one room. And this time, it's not for a competition.
What do you think of the event today?
Oh, this is a wonderful event. I mean, I've seen people I haven't seen in decades, you know.
We have so many people you grow up with. To come here, to be a part of it is phenomenal.
I see people from so many different styles and schools from different parts of the world.
And all thanks goes to the founder and president of the Martial Arts History Museum, Michael Matsuda.
What type of impact do you think it has in bringing all these international styles together?
You know, there is no other museum that does this, and there will never be another opportunity. We don't get many opportunities to do something like that, and here we are. I've invested myself, my finances, everything to something I believe in. We're hoping to serve the community and help people, and I think it's done that.
It preserves the history of the martial arts and perpetuates the martial arts.
From craftsmen to grandmasters and celebrities to fans, the community revealed that there's more to martial arts than physical and mental health.
It's about friendship. It's about their people connections and learning how to support each other rather than just compete and fight against each other.
Everybody's history, all those great masters, before us are always going to be immortalized.
We're all martial artists and we're all one family. If you are a fan of the martial arts, whether it's movies or the actual fighting or the teaching, this is a great thing to attend, Dragon Fest.
All right, welcome back to Sidekick Television. Of course, you just saw the Dragon Fest event video that Shayna Vidal, Daryl Vidal's daughter, actually produced for us here exclusively for Sidekick. And won't see that anywhere else. It was exclusive for our show. And she did an amazing job. Now, These are two people right here. They were at the Dragon Fest event.
Yes.
What did you guys think about that event?
I think it's awesome.
Right?
I mean, it's where can you find a world that all martial arts come together peacefully?
So many people. Al Leong, Gerald
Yes.
Okamura, Eric Lee, Art Camacho, Don the Dragon Wilson, Clark Tang, Daryl Vidal, Cynthia Rothrock,
my all-time
James Wilson,
gamers,
Mark Shuey, Dana Abbott, Carl Totten. Man, it's just endless.
and
right?
Master Alan
Papadakis?
Woodman. Can you believe that?
Was he there?
Yeah.
Was he there? I didn't see him. I didn't see him the whole weekend, actually. Well, we were talking earlier about, I don't know if you knew this, but Sunday we did that TV show, right? We did the morning show. I think he came in at the end of that, I think, in the morning.
Probably.
Didn't you?
Probably.
And then, but right after that, I had to escape because Danny Trejo had us painting and nailing and some stuff. Yeah. So I had to desert everybody for a little bit. Just had to get away and do some community stuff. It's sanctioned by my parole officer. And no, just kidding. No, it's all getting back to the community. Of course, we want to say. Mel said, looking good, Alan. Hello from Mel. Thanks for shouting out. Everybody's welcome to shout out here and give us questions. If you have questions for Master Clark Tang, by all means. And this young lady over here, she's the one that knows all about business.
Yes.
You want to know how to run your martial arts school business, talk to her. Now, if they wanted to get involved with your school, what number or what website can they go to?
They just can go to wingchuntemple.com.
That's easy. wingchuntemple.com.
Easy as that, and you'll find your information there. Jennifer there.
Fantastic.
And the number there.
What's the phone number?
The phone number is 562-276-0108.
You might notice how he had to look at her for that to see if that's correct. I see how that works. I don't remember my own number. I don't know my own number.
When it comes to business part, I have no clue.
Well, back to the Dragon Fest video. Now, the video that we put together, of course,
Right.
it was a 2-day event. That was just a little piece of it, right?
Right.
And you got to see so many people. Michael Matsuda, who's the curator of the Martial Arts History Museum.
He did a great job.
He does an amazing job. And he does an amazing job with so little that he has, actually. And the museum actually only functions totally on donations, right? And events and stuff. So this was a fundraiser for the museum. And if you haven't been, it's right there on Magnolia and Buena Vista, right? I think it's 2619 Magnolia Avenue, right there in Burbank, California. Go check it out. Go see it. It's always changing. They always got new exhibits and new things. But it's just full of stuff. It's just full of stuff.
And that's the only museum around the world. I don't think they have any martial art museum.
Well, there's a National Sports Karate Museum in Houston, Texas, but that's only for sports karate only. It's really it's
This
not
is
the history of
everything.
martial arts, which is what this is.
Yeah.
So, you know, I give total props and shout outs to Mike. I just spoke to him today. They've got days like the Kathy Long Day is coming up.
Wow.
You know, and of course Kathy Long will be fighting next week in Mexico. MMA, full contact. This is 5-time world kickboxing
It's
champion.
gonna be live then.
It's gonna be
I
live.
can watch her then. Okay.
Yeah, man, it's gonna be awesome. I got VIP tickets, brother. I'm telling you right now.
What did you do? I wonder.
I'm really nice to Kathy. Otherwise, she'll hit me. I don't want that. She hits hard.
Cool.
No, but you know, we're talking about some events coming up in our next segment as well. But back to Wing Chun. Now, Wing Chun is an art that was developed by a woman, correct?
Yes, correct.
And tell us a little bit of history. How did that come about? A woman teaching martial arts. Oh my God, how did that ever happen?
Well, back in the days, you know how all these great generals and all that, guess where they put their children? Because their children is going to be the next leader after they gone, retire,
right.
whatever. So the best place is in the Shaolin, where they learn philosophy, politics, and kung fu, and the strategy about, you know, the Sun Tzu and all of that. So it came from there. And of course, when the Qing dynasty took over the Ming, of course, they burned the Shaolin, and their 5 elder, I mean, their other elder, they were killed, and some of them escaped, but there are 5 elder, and one of them was Miss Abbess Ngamui.
Ngamui, that's right.
And you know what? And the story goes, she met later on.
She met Wing Chun,
Wing Chun,
right?
that's correct.
Wing Chun, who was her disciple.
That's correct.
And the legend has is that Wing Chun actually had a fight because a man in the village wanted to marry her. She didn't want to marry.
Yes.
She was in love with somebody else, actually.
Yes, correct.
And so it's all kind of the story of Wing Chun, and you get into the legend because she defeated him, which made herself free to marry the person who she did love.
Yes.
Who, if I'm not mistaken, was the reason we have a technique by the name of Lap Sao, right?
Correct.
Is it?
That's correct.
That's
My
right.
God.
See?
This is scary.
You didn't know a Japanese guy could know so much about Wing Chun, right?
Well,
but it's true, right? That's correct, right?
That is correct. Yes.
And actually, a lot of the names, like the Bunpo and stuff, those come from teachers in the Wing Chun system, right?
Yes, later on.
Bunpo,
after,
yes, which is the long pole and stuff, right? The
right.
Bunpo that came from the master Bunpo, and of course, and different techniques. You know, the Lap Sao and the Ting Sao all came from people's names who developed the Wing Chun system throughout the years.
Again, the system is not an overnight developed. It developed for many years, and all these people, like
it's still an evolutionary thing. It still changes, correct?
Well, that's why I said Wing Chun Temple is the New Testament.
Yes.
A certain way that we don't, the concept, the principle, and what we believe in, we don't change. However, we adapt wherever we are. That's one thing. And again, Wing Chun, if you look at it, look at the art, it's beautiful. Look the way it stands, E.G. Kim Jong Ma, and the way the character of Wing Chun was developed by a woman. And I think there are a few people that think developed by a man, which is totally, and that is a public eye.
Now,
you know
you're Chinese, and one of the things that if you guys don't know about Chinese Kung Fu is that there is a symbol that a lot of Chinese Kung Fu do.
Yes, that's correct.
And if I'm not mistaken, the story is that actually comes from the destruction of the Shaolin Temple in the Ming Dynasty, right?
Correct.
Because the people who were protectors of the Ming Dynasty, the Ming Dynasty symbol was the sun and moon, correct?
Yes, correct.
And if you wanted to introduce yourself, the problem you had to have was you didn't know if they were followers of the Ming Dynasty or not, or the Tang Dynasty.
That's right.
So the secret sign was to introduce yourself by putting your moon in your sun.
Correct.
And that became the greeting to know that I was a Ming follower, a Ming disciple.
That's right.
And that became the Shaolin symbol.
Yes, yes.
And which grew into martial arts today. So if you didn't know that, there's some history for you. But we're going to be right back for our last segment. And it's going to do all of our interesting story, our events and stuff like that.
Sure.
You guys going to hang with us, and we'll still be here? We'll talk
Yeah,
some
sure.
more?
Why not? The best guy in town. Why not?
Well, yeah, I'm the only guy he knows in town. That's
Look at this
all.
studio. This is huge.
So look, we'll be back in just a minute or two. It's a commercial break, and we'll be right back. Sidekick TV. Hang out with us.
Perfect.